All right, are we live? I think we're live. It's so weird how that happens. You just push a button or two, and next thing you know, you're communicating with the world. I'm watching Zukin stream right now. Oh man, I didn't get very far into it. All right. All right, I'll have to catch up on this later. I guess I could watch this until you people show up. If you're watching the VOD, welcome. If it's your first VOD, feel free to bounce around. Usually takes us a while to get warmed up. We are just posting raw dumps of our sessions up here, like 3 hours without edit. If you are watching this and you haven't subscribed, you should. You should help us out. Make the number go up. Just like you guys, we like it when the number gets bigger. What's up, Vagrant? All right. We got company. We've got company, Zukin. Back to business. Hey, Sakash. Hey, howdy. I am going to go back to debugging something. I'm going to get straight in it. I'm going to get straight in it to win it. You're becoming a regular again. I like that idea. I like that notion. Good to see you around. I miss your little. It was a little duck. Where's your duck? And when I hop in the game, that'll give us some background music in theory, so it'll stop being so quiet in here. Being regular is a luxury. No, there's some great. There's these things you can eat that I get in Germany that I don't know what it's called, but it's basically like Metamucil or whatever. It's like a fiber drink. The fiber drink. Ducks are gone because you had to cut your subs. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm sorry, Sakash. I know times are rough for a lot of folk. All right, let's pop on to the server. Pop back into this debug character that I was using. Hey, Dram. All right. In my humble opinion, Zukin, if you're watching this, the reason why your stream got off to a false start yesterday. That was yesterday, right? It's because you're being a smartass. So if you're watching this, that's what happens, Zukin. That's what happens. That's what happens, Larry. Oh no, I felt. I'm starving. SI bread roll. 20. Eat one of them. Now we're good. Let me fly. MMO Pug, what's up? All right, so let me repop this really quick. This ain't the bug, it's the human. Okay, Vagrant. You're off to a start. So I repopped. Yeah? Did I not? I'm in the right spot. Yeah. Repop. Let me repop again. And let me turn up my music. There he goes. Okay, he did appear. He's just very quick to get out of here. Options. Hello, Ishiwatari, wie geht's? Subtoofs. How we doing this fine morning? We're alright. We're alright. I made it in a few minutes early today instead of a few minutes late. Vagrant, enjoy your work. Watch the VOD. I'm sure today's going to be amazing. Alright. He just kind of comes up here and like creeps out a little bit. Hey, Pattis. MMO Pug, thank you for the prime. Yeah, he is peeping like a creep by the door. That's the intended effect. You left work an hour early for the full 3-hour stream experience? Gracious. What's up, Justin? Alright. So, we are debugging this morning. Debugging. The guy comes out here, turns back around. That's really not what I intended, and it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to update that. So but let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Zone panel enable. So this guy's behaviors set up. Once it loads, I'll show you in the editor. Boom, there we go. So this guy's behavior is he spawns here. He spawns during the day. And then he walks down to his little creepy position down here. That's him walking back up. Then he comes here. And he just kind of is creeping. He does that. Nick! 30 months. Man, it's crazy how fast the months go by. How are you doing? How is everything on your end? Hopefully awesome. Congratulations. Again. That's awesome. What a fantastic picture, too. Oh. Oh man. All right. I don't want to overshare, so I didn't say anything more than that, Nick. So yeah, dude comes down here, he waits, he just kind of observes this area for a bit. And then he walks out here and really just kind of want him maybe to hang out here for a minute or so. And then go back. And even right here is fine. I mean, we'll leave it right here. But the thing that I need to do is... Alright, oh, well, let me finish telling you what this does. So then he goes back up there. And he waits and he observes for a little bit. And that's his pattern during the day. So that's about all he does during the day. We can set him up to do a bit more. But... I wanted to at least get that part going. And so he does that during the day and loops it, right? So it's basically these go to and pauses. And we set that up using our zone command, zone commands that are indexed here, 0 through 5. Why does this look like this? This shouldn't be this way. And then maybe that's what happened. Maybe that is what happened. We'll see. Anyways. Yeah. So maybe I can go back and re-index these and renumber these because this is doubled. I don't remember it looking that way earlier. Maybe it was like a weird data corruption or something. I've noticed that with zone commands a couple times. But anyway, the intent is during the day he loops back and forth from this area up here to those areas down there. And then when it becomes nighttime, we have this set if condition command. And conditions night. And so if it's nighttime, then it jumps him to a different go-to. So he'll loop that back and forth until it's nighttime, at which point he changes his behavior. And then he goes here and he goes to the bar. And then he orders a drink. And then he goes up here to this room. So that should be the behavior. So let's see if I fix this. If I unscrew this up. Because I think what should be happening is for 6. If it's night, you jump over 6 to 7. And if it's not night, then you do 6. And 6 should just be let's see, let's say go home for now. Or no, I know what it was. It's funny, I just worked on this shit and I can't remember. It is set active command 0. Reset that data here and let's save. Okay. Darga said, "Hey, it's Nick. Congratulations. It's always weird to me as the father of 2 preemies with long in ICU stays that people have more normal birth experiences are back to doing stuff within a couple days." Yeah, my ex, when she had her daughter, I swear, like from the moment it was like, hey, we need to get to the hospital to her daughter Chloe being born and basically we're kind of wrapped up, done there. It was all of like 2 hours. And then she was done. She was like, I swear it was like, maybe there was a required overnight or something. But it was just done, out of there. Justin said, I was a miracle baby in 82. I was 1.5 pounds at 26 weeks. Spent a year in the hospital, over 9 months in ICU. And Dargis said, my 2 were 34 weeks. Not quite as extreme, but still fairly. Wow. Wild. Base Eater 41. Thank you for the follow. Ugh. Commands. All right, so what we're going to do is let's reload the data set. Lie on up. There's our guy. There's our guy. There's our boy. Dargith asked Nick, important question, what race class combo is the baby gonna roll? Pattis was a month late and over 10 pounds. Holy crap. That sounds like work. All right. We'll look at this again. Still only 5 p.m. Okay. You gotta start kids early these days. A lot of people play video EQ and other video games for their kids too. Oh yeah, I have no doubt that there are video games in this child's future. All right. So, my creepy friend, are you gonna come out or no? Are you just in here creeping out? Let's go look. Alarm, good morning. And he's set to no despawn, so he should still be around. Got burnt out torches in my hands. Destroy. Destroy. Oop. Excuse me. That's lunch. Are you feeling super humble today, Cotswold? That's good, as long as you don't have any opinions. Alright. So, I went back and I checked our bug database, our issues database, to see if we had this functionality listed, and we do. We just gotta get it in. Be super handy in our debug to be able to see what his command is, his current command, and then what his next command is. So we'll see. We'll see if this works. I swear this worked this morning when I checked it, but now that I see that there is that weird thing going on with the zone commands, I wonder if I was just fooling myself. Does the guard go to the bar more often on the weekends? Not yet. Not yet. That's a level of fidelity that we're just not at yet, Justin. All right. Oh, wow. Interesting. I think he is. He's just going for it. So I'm pretty sure he did switch to this new behavior. But instead of being all cool and just going down to the go-to that was down there, he just said screw it and walked right off of the tower. So we can clean that up. Yeah, something we've been updating animation stuff a lot over the last week or so, week or two, and so now the guards are being a little aggressive in their walking. They look like the old folks that would go power walking in the mall on weekends. I don't know if you had them where you were at, but at my mall in Alabama, he'd be power walking around the mall with his little hand weights and stuff. This dude does not give a shit. He's just like, yeah. Yep, I'm not walking. He wants to get to the bar so bad that he just jumped off a tower and walked through a wall. He's like, it's been one of those days. Could probably trademark chunk walking. And make a VHS exercise routine. The chunk walking exercise routine with your host, DJ Shawny Shawn. Alright, and 1, and 2, and chunk, and 3, and 4. No, shiny. The usual? Yeah, the usual. What is that again? Probably a beer or something. Okay. Alright. Once you give it to me, then I'm gonna go to the room up there. Okay. How long does it take a man to get a beer? Come on, Halrin. Get your shit together. Chunk walking should be a skilling game. Oh man. The idea is free, the next one will cost you. Thank you. You're so generous. Wallace has been there forever because he whispers his order. He needs to work on his confidence. I think after a few sessions of chunk walking, he'll be a more confident young dude and thus able to get his order quicker. Go ahead and scoot him a little closer to the bar as well. He's kind of standing up there a fair bit. From position, save. Get him to assertiveness training. Well, chunk walking is partially assertiveness training. I don't know if you realize that. That's part of what we do. We'll just move him a little bit. You son of a gun. A little bit closer. Is he going up there? Alright, so he's going to his room. A little bit closer to Whispering Wallace here. Which one was this? It was 9. Okay. So let's go to 9, get position, save. Whoever has the highest chunk walking skill by default becomes the group and or raid leader. It sounds like a very legit and important system. Alright, cool. If you stand right here, you can hear the Beatles in the basement. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna reduce the delay on this. 600 seconds. Beetles, but no rats? Oh, there are rats down there. I just don't think the mats have sound yet. Pause. Pose. So in theory, then after 60 seconds of being in the room, we're going to despawn him. But because that's not the way it's currently set up, we gotta wait a few more minutes. So we'll just wait for him to despawn and see what happens next. Official Brens longtime viewer, first time chatter says, "Can someone help with Python homework? It's basic, but I don't understand it." Any Python experts out there? The CJX says, maybe I can help. Alcohol should have an effect on charisma to the point it increases charisma, but too much and it absolutely tanks it. At that tipping point. And that tipping point is variable but higher with alcohol tolerance. That's interesting. Don't let us forget that one, Dargeth. That may be worth investing a lot of effort into. Good morning, Sakai. Official Prince, what is your problem? What's your problem? Oh my gosh. Oops. What help do you need with your Python homework? Come to find out, it has nothing to do with computer science. It's an actual Python. I used to have an albino ball python. Long time ago. His name was Rufus. Alright, buddy. Are you going to depop or what? How many minutes? Oh, we know exactly how many minutes we got to wait for this. Hey, Nicodemus. You have a problem? Your WoW guild wants to play Monsters and Memories already, Sethric? That's a good problem to have. Hopefully everybody gets that problem. Hopefully it's contagious. He's like, I'm just looking out the window, forlorn. Some weird shit happens when you look out the windows, though, I've noticed. Pattis, have you looked out the windows lately? I guess maybe because it's doing, we've got occlusion set up now or something, and it's not considering the fact that the window, maybe the window's not big enough to count as like a portal for the occlusion system. Would that maybe be what's going on? Hey, Big Al. Alright, Noel. It's time for you to depop, buddy. We're getting tired of waiting around. Fortunately, we've lowered your pause to 1 minute instead of 10 minutes, which was excessive. But it may go back up later. But for debugging purposes, it must be quicker. And this guy's fun. This guy's fun. I've got a... Maybe I could do it. Maybe I can do it while I'm waiting on him to depop. I really need to email the creator of this Heidi SQL and get the code to turn off the donate button, because I swear I gave him money. The German fella. He's a German. All right, Noel. While you're doing that, let's go ahead and let's add the next step of why you exist. Noel Claris. No long Claire's. Oh, I see what you... I couldn't actually get the... So what is this guy being scripted to do? Well, ultimately die. No longer cares about the sad mob. About the bad mob behind blue eyes. Oh. I want you to die, Mr. Claus. So we're gonna give him a quest. Here, let's make it so we don't feel as bad about killing him. So the first thing that happens is if you talk to him, if you are friendly, oops, say, hail. If you walk up and say something to him, his response is going to be, get out of my sight. I have no time for you. Alright, now do you feel as bad about the fact that we're going to kill him? Life is just being scripted to die. Yes, the C Jack. He kind of sounds like a dick now. You're right, Cotswold. In your humble opinion, yes. So how do you raise faction with him? That's for much later. I'm not going to spoil that for you. All right. So now we're gonna give him another. We're gonna give him another quest 1, and this is gonna be an item. So the prompt will be an item. And let me look at my documentation. Which item is it? Scroll, row. Scroll. Scroll. I am sure glad I documented this so I could be super easy to find stuff. LOL. Alright. Now he's got to respond kind of cool. He's got to have a cool response. You raise faction by buying a beer. There may be potential for that. But I don't know that it would be good for you to be able to raise his specific faction by doing something so easy. Where's the other documentation? We just added some new functionality that we're going to want to use with him. I got a RRTFM. Where is it? Where is it? I like the sound of this rain in the background. Do you plan to have friendship system? Tootmaster asked. So it was on our original list, and then we've since it was on the original list, we've started thinking more about whether or not we could accomplish that with the faction system on its own, or if we want to have a separate sort of like friendship system that's built in. Aside from that, what's up, Golden Gloves? So I'm gonna give it a strong maybe. I think that would be one of those fun things to sit around with folks and talk about whether or not we still think we need it, what we'd want to do with it, other systems that would be affected by it. Excuse me. And because essentially it's just an individual, faction system, right? The thing that inspired when we were talking about Stardew Valley, is, you know, I think, again, that's just kind of more of an individual faction system within output that affects other things, but at least there's a visual there. So, yeah, We'll mess around with it. I believe you can hide quests that are not immediately available through giving gifts. Yeah, so that would get into essentially if NPCs have multiple factions on them, like the moment we gave an NPC the ability to have multiple factions with maybe the second faction not impacting things like it's never a I hate you system, so maybe there's a cap on the lower threshold, but it is increase it, and then if we gave it more granular thresholds, it could be that essentially we use all of the same functionality that we already have, because like we can check to see what your faction is to whether or not we give you a quest or something like that. It would just basically be a alteration of the current faction functionality with then adding the ability to run multiple factions, which depending on how we wind up working religion in terms of its impact on relationships. Oh, he disappeared a while back, I guess. And my torch just went out. Depending on what we do with religion, we may already be sort of tinkering around in a similar way. So yeah. Let's see. Can your tunes go to jail in Eminem, raise faction with guards, get out early? Probably not. Will druids, rangers have speak with animals, plants, spells that may allow them to access unique quests? The hope is that we will include that, Dargeth. I know Luna's interested in it, and if you look in our sort of languages that we've been added into the database to support the initial implementation of the language system, I asked Ali to include common animal and common arboreal. So language of the animals, common language for the animals, and common language for plants. It's all just data. So again, let me go back to looking at quests and dialogues. So when you give him this scroll, then he will... What about common fungi? No love for the fungi? Oh, it's just an oversight on my part, Dargeth. That's why we do these streams, so you can remind us of stuff that we forgot to do. That's what you're here for. Thank you for that. So yeah, we're gonna have him maybe say something. Say, who sent you? No matter. It is time to... Yeah, that's even too... That's too cheesy even for me. Who sent you? What do you know of us? No matter, I'll deal with you myself. And then we are going to fire to command aggro. Now, I asked Ollie, but I haven't got a response. So we're going to try... Because he's got 2 new commands he added today. Aggro, true. He said taunts. Aggro, false. Adds you to the hate list and begins combat. So we're going to do aggro false, because that is exactly what we want. Straight out of an 80s kung fu film? Absolutely. Only the best in dialogue and nostalgia for you guys. I aim to please. Cool. All right. So we got that. I mean, honestly, that's all it should take. Let me fly. Fly. Fly and touch the stars. All right, so in theory, what time is it? Time 6 a.m. In theory, he's already on his walkabout. Let's see. Go to. Yeah. And then, since it's daytime, he'll go here. Kind of weird. He'll turn around and go back. But that's that for now. It's fine. It's fine. I can't wait till the hair comes in. Can't wait till Zukin's done with the hair. Get the hair in. Get the hair on the ladies. How do you talk to a tree? Do you bark at it? Tootmaster said. Oh man. Hello, Gilmere. Alright, so let's repop. Let's summon item. Cool. So you've been given this to give to him. Slash invuln. Ariana Moraine? Moraine? Said, good morning, just discovered your videos on YouTube. I've been loving the EQ and Vanguard talk and perspective. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. August Burnsville, what's up, dude? Thank you for 27 months. Well, before we give him this... Get out of my sight. I have no time for you. But I was told to give you this. Oh, shit. Well, let's just go around the corner here real quick. He's giving me the hands. He may, it sounds like I'm the one getting whooped up on, but it's not true. That's him. He just doesn't have a hit react at the moment. I'm not. Here. Let's equip a sword. Maybe that'll help a little bit. He has the weakest punches ever. Well, I'm invulnerable. I, on the other hand, definitely have some pretty weak punches. I am only level, what level am I? I'm level 2. Let's see. Oh, that reminds me. There's another thing that we get to try out later as well. I should probably just make a Shadow Knight and do this the proper way. I'll do that after this. I'll make a Shadow Knight and run through the quest and see what's working and what's not working. Is it just me or do I have a very long sword? Oh shit, we got a runner. How can he, how is he not more impressed by my incredible damage output? He is a crafty one. This guy's got a complete disregard for heights. Okay, there you go. There we go. Nice. Might be for Ogre, my sword. Could be. It's pretty mighty. I think he was trying to run to the zone line. Well, that did not work for him. Cool. So all of that worked. That's cool. New command. Good stuff. I've got the feeling the next thing I'm going to try is not going to work right out of the gate. We got some new functionality in that I utilized. I didn't even realize that shortcut was there. Has that always been there? I mean, it's not that big a shortcut, I guess. Okay, so let's camp and let's make a new tune and run through the quest so far. Pattis' sign is working. It drew my eye. Justin said I got 22,000 Sean bucks, but I don't want to bully anyone. Create character. Human. Shadow Knight. Mayo. Mayo. Customize character. Randomized appearance. Oh, perfect. That's the best randomized appearance ever. I feel nefarious. What's the conversion rate between Sean Bucks and Ollie Nichols? I think it's 150 Sean Bucks per Ollie Nichols. I think that's the current conversion. Doo-doo-doo. I definitely look like I am up to mischief. I've got just random blonde eyebrows as well. Does that mean I'm a natural blonde? I guess I'm a natural blonde, but then I dye my hair and mustache darker to seem more Shadow Knighty. Oh man. I don't know if there's been an update to the texture or what, but these pants definitely, the starter pants definitely got a nice long john feel. I should make some pink ones for winter. Orange 44. Greetings. Just for men, the color is dark like my soul. Belfaster, you get points. Love randomized appearance buttons. I don't to C-Jack because it allows ugly combinations. And as a game creator, I want you to play the game exactly how I pictured it. This engine is Unity. I'm doing good. How are you? That character model needs more cake in the trunk. You know what? I think I'm going to have to call HR on you for that. I feel that somehow that was also directed at me, which cannot be true. I'm a mobile bakery. Deadlifts. No, it's not from deadlifts. It's just genetics. I agreed this trunk will not bring the boys to the yard. That's it's a milkshake that will do that. Yeah, I mean, Zukin, if you're watching, please don't add more ass to the character. We're good for now. Later on when we're doing revamp number 42, we'll work on it. But I will say, when I was in charge of modeling all of the characters, especially the ogres, there was plenty of junk in that trunk, if you know what I mean. Even the gnome had a little two-seater. This is supposed to be fantasy. If I'm going to play a character, I want some serious junk. It's true. What would Frazetta think? Assify him. Sorry, I'm recovering from chest funk. So I need to get my hotkey set up to mic on. Did you hear that? If you didn't hear that, then the button worked. Assify him should... I think that's... Orange... I think that's now going to be a new Zukin clip. We gotta make it chunkier, too shiny, and now assify him. This looks good. Are you on Steam? We are not on Steam. We were talking about that earlier today because we've been working through our registration, account management, login, installer, login, patcher flow. We've been using Sola, XSOLLA, since they also then handle payments and all that stuff. They only charge 5%. Seems like a good deal. If anybody from Sola is out there listening right now, we ran into some snags with account management before the game goes live. And so we're looking at whether or not we've got to use Firebase for like account management and authorization stuff, and then link that to Sola's front end, or if we're going to continue to try using, what's the other one that we just sort of bounced over to use for now? Crap, what's it called? Patch Kit. So we got it. It's hooked up and stuff, but yeah, it's not, the UX isn't as good, and then we still got to handle payments and all this other stuff. We're looking at Patch Kit as a temporary solution for friends and family, and all that good stuff. So basically we're going to do, we've been talking about, well, as of like this week, we've been talking about using Patch Kit to handle friends and family testing and some of the initial play tests, and then switching back over to solo when it's time to start getting your money. But yeah, 30% from Steam and from Epic Games, whatever. What's their EG what? What's their shop? Aranja said, that makes sense. We're built on Unreal 5, so Steam is a natural partner. I haven't checked. If you're in Unreal, is the Epic Store not giving you guys some sweet deals for being part of that ecosystem? Epic Store is 12%. I mean, at the end of the day. Oh, it doesn't. Epic doesn't do indie publishing? Really? I thought they had like dope grants and stuff already. Man, I just don't know anything. Son of a gun. I'm not being sarcastic either. That is the truth. Oh, they have grants, just not the store. Fair enough. Which seems odd, but 3PO. What's going on? Wonder what GOG's rate is? Fair question. But the thing is, it's like, I would love for us to, oh, hello, buddy. This is where you're at. We're going to move you while I'm thinking about it. Let's move you. You're in a tight spot, but let's go ahead and move you to be in an even tighter spot. Just future-proof and make nwc.net the launcher suite for all future NWC products and services. So, don't let's forget that, Phil Faster. TJack said, you know whose rate is good? Fucking Itch. Itch.io. And a dude was armed with a stapler, get him out of the basement. That's funny. Yeah, we're gonna need to take that. Epic has tried to give you 3 grants. You turned them away. Why did you turn them away? What did they want in exchange for those grants? Grimlust 666. The number of the beast. Thank you for the follow. Do 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 do. And I believe. All right, so here is Buckmar. Hell and fire is going to be released. Yeah, Iron Maiden's so good, but I completely messed up the actual harmony or whatever on that part of it. I read it, but then, dude, Bruce Dickinson, what a voice. Sometimes I get into this view and then, like, in Unity just, it goofs up on me and gets all silly and then I can't move around anymore. Anybody know why that might happen? What am I looking for here? These guys? No, not these guys. Up here? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Okay. See how goofy this is right now? Disable, enable. Fear of the dark. Yeah, so something weird is going on here. We're gonna turn that back off. We're gonna ignore it for now. We can fix them later. So Aranja said, and if you're not German, I apologize, Aranja. I can't see your name and not think of orange in German. Just didn't need it. We have our path and we hit early access on Steam this week. Congratulations. They went our innovations. Yeah. They're trying to stick you for your innovations. We're a very anti-authoritarian team, so we want to try to do this shit on our own as much as possible. Custom contracts for revenue generating projects created with Unity. When you go from any project to enterprise level project. Does Unity do custom deals for larger projects that are generating revenue as a flat rate regardless of who you are? For some reason I thought it was a flat rate until you hit a certain point and then there was a revenue percentage deal or whatever. Honestly, it's been like a year since I looked. We investigated all this thoroughly when we were first starting and then just decided not to screw with any of it. And then I've kind of forgotten everything. Chubs23, thank you for the follow. Twitch Talk said, how much you pay for the Unity editor changes based on your revenue, but it's inverse. Costs more the bigger or more successful you are. Inverse from what Belfast just asked, I think, maybe. All right. So he's here. That's not the guy I'm looking for. Let's get back. Let's get back on point. Let me check the note, see if that's working. Let me go ahead and put these in my book. I need to have that one loaded. So I need to have that one memmed for later. Because in theory, we're going to have something checking to see if I've actually used that ability on an NPC. Bring this node to Xavier's Test Whisper in the Concourse of Soul. Okay. Wefbot, thank you for the follow. One second. One second. I'm reading something really quick. I'm reading. Revenue. Still reading. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I wanted to read something really quick. Okay, I'm done reading now. See you, Big Al. Which Arantxa, what is your project name? Link your project. You can feel free to link your project up in here. Perfect. Perfect. Let me mute it. Go look. It is called Creative Continent. Pull your continent from the sea in any form you see fit. Then visit these lands in first/top down/third person and roam and build there. Shape the worlds you play in. And the developer is you, and the publisher is you. All right. You look strangely familiar, sir. Oh, you got a little server error there. Not sure why. We can play with the timing on those. The delays didn't really help much. Cool. And take the Brazic. All right. I've got to find Brazic now. And then once we give Brazic a more permanent home, then we'll give a little hint as to where he's at. But I'll be honest, I didn't even know where he was. Oh, hey buddy, what's up, Brazic? You like that short fanfare bite for quest turn-ins? Thanks, BDC Retro. Robert made that for us. I receive a sealed scroll and a black leather bag. Cool. All right. Do I have questions? Yeah. Who or where is Noel Claire's? Oh, let me try that again with some targeted. Be sure to hand this note when you're safely out of sight of any bystanders. Okay, thanks for that tip, buddy. What was the other thing? Where do I find shattered beamers? So the NPC has to be targeted for the response to fire? Yes, Nicodemus. Okay, cool. All right. Next stop, I need to buy a torch. I can't see a darn thing. Ain't no party like a lamb party. Thank you for the prime. Where is this? I don't think I've ever been here before. Is this the... What in the world? There's all this space back here. Oh, maybe I have been here before. This is a back door. Sweet Jiminy, this is a big area. This is where the club is going. Monster dance party. I'm heading in not the right direction, but man. Holy shit, where does that goes up? Okay, that's where I came from. Okay. If I could do a Joe Pesci voice, I would. Okay. Does this lead to the sewers? No, this leads up. Necro SK bar, kind of like the bar in True Blood. That's a fun reference. The Black Feather Bazaar. The Spirit Tap, it is. This is where the club is. Not very big, but... Sweet Jiminy. This zone is so big. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then this goes out to the newbie yard. Awesome. This is the newbie yard you guys haven't really seen. This is the north side newbie yard. Be sure to guard the guild with undead that smash non-believers that wander back here. Yeah, there's probably gonna be some utilization of these spaces for some action and friction. Just because we've got so much space. 3 expansions later, we're still just adding more stuff to Night Harbor. People are like, how many continents do you have? City. Just city. Three years after launch, expansion number 4, a temperate environment. It'll be the first green you see in years. You folks, you think you want a zone with green in it, but you don't. The Hall of Hallowed Bones. Do you not have bones? Other games already have done green zone. Yeah, I mean, the common request I've heard when making games is people saying it needs more brown. So in theory, I got lost. Well, it'd be cool if you add pools of acid to the open area, kind of like hot springs, but more deadly, and undead spawn out of it. That'd be creepy. And dangerous. I think that would be an OSHA violation. Might be fun opportunity for in-city boss event. Stalwart Guard for some, Loot Pinata for others. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. I don't know, Belfaster, if you're watching the stream the other day where we were talking about the approach to populating the zone and how much of the zone's going to be meant for one man's friendly faction is another man's Loot Pinata. GTA 5, Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy 7 were all one city, Nicodemus said. Well, actually, that makes me feel better. Okay, if it's not super green, just as long as it's not an endless white, blue winter hellscape. Velius gave me seasonal depression. I felt cold all the time when I played Velius. All right, so let's try this functionality out. I've been smashed to death by the door. Game over. Permadeath initiated. All right, so here I am, minding my own business. Terrified of that Ashira over there. I think I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna make myself invulnerable. Because, oops, first let me make myself a GM. There you go, now you know how to do it. Later on when you want to cheat, that's all you gotta do. Like a Nintendo hotline, I'm here for you. Play through run, start over. It's not a full playthrough, it's a test run. Well, that text is still way out there. Nick's gonna get you, Pattis. First time seeing all this? Looks so good. Oh, thank you. One man's city is another man's dungeon. Some men in the city enjoy going to the dungeon. It's expensive, but they enjoy it. Where in the heck are all the skeletons? You leave me alone. I have the ability to kill you with just one command. Alright, we got diseased jackals, we got blister, we got everything but what I need right now. Oh, newbie yard, you got what I need. You see plenty of green, beetles, palm leaves, creepy glowing castle in the distance. Yes, Chaz Solo, anybody that complains about the lack of green is obviously fools. Though I am fairly curious. There's a skeleton. Maybe the Ashira have just been killing all the skeletons. Maybe we have an Ashira problem, not a skeleton problem. Oh, I see eyes over there as well. That's okay, there's more than one. Alright, so tab. Let's kill one skeleton normally. Those of you that are new here, the reason why the game's so dark is because I have yet to buy a torch. Oh. Cold-blooded. Good to see you as well. I'm doing good. Oh man, it's Thursday. Crap. Almost the end of the week in theory. Alright. Bone chips. We'll save those for a pet later or whatever. Should be darker. You guess humans get infravision? No, it's the moons are very bright today, see? Should be darker, Riker. That... I'd tell you what. Once you get in here, you go into that dungeon without a torch, and then you tell me about how infravision your human is. And then I will follow you invisibly as a GM and laugh as you bump into walls and get confused and get terrified because there's skeletons everywhere and you can't see anything except for their eyeballs and you're going to lose your character. I mean, you're probably not going to lose your character when you die, but I would drag. I'll drag your corpse and hide it in the darkest corner ever, Riker. For that comment. Let me write that down. You're going on my list. Hide Riker's corpse in the darkest pits of hell. There we go. You just made the list. Okay, I should probably kill this guy. I gotta draw his strength though. I'm doing nothing to the skeleton with my one in slashing skill. Skeleton's just mocking me. Nicodemus. Ollie has already done this. I'm goofing when I say the things I say. You should make an Assassin's Guild, and the bar they meet at is called the List. In the crest, in the bar is just like a velvet painting of me putting on the lipstick. What? It worked. That is so cool. That's the first one of these I've made. Let me find some more skeletons, and also let me reduce that drop rate while I'm thinking about it. Oh man, Ollie. I just got a little emotional just now. I don't know if you can tell by the fact that emotions don't really show on my face very well. Thus the name. As given to me by at least 2 of my ex-wives. I got a little emotional. I got a little teary-eyed at the fact that that just worked, and when it worked, it made me think of all of the many things that Ali just will jump on and like put in game. Like, hey, can we do this? And Ollie's like 15 minutes later is like, I have programmed it and it now works. Like, no shit. All these years of making games and asking for tools improvements and having to wait for weeks and weeks and months and years. And here we've got stuff just getting made for us left and right. That's pretty badass. So the thing that it just did is we're trying to keep the systems as old school feeling as possible. And so the thing that I ran into when I was doing some of the other newbie quests was the fact that for those of you new here, we'll face the sun. The moons are going down. We'll face the sun. It looks dope. So I didn't want to. I like the just having sort of random drops. You know, that the slot machine RNG style there feels good. I like that they're physical drops that people take off the corpse. It's not just a token that's like client side or whatever. It's not just a quest flag. So liked all that. But when I was doing the first couple of newbie quests, it just felt like I wanted to be able to have it feel a little bit more specific to the character than that. So asked Ollie if we could do conditional drops. So what it is it drops just like the rest of our loot off of our loot tables, but it can check to see if certain conditions have been met during the course of combat. Oh, I'm covering up the dope ass sunrise right after I said, hey, check it out. Oh, that's me. Oh, shadows, so beautiful. So anyways, what we're doing now with this, don't worry, we'll look at more cool sunrises in a bit. What we're doing then is we've taken our normal loot table, which is essentially what you do is you make a loot table. So it's you make a loot item group, and that's the crap that can drop, right? And so it's a random roll of this table. So like bronze armor has all of these rolling on it, or cloth armor, right? So you got this 2% drop chance, 45% drop chances. That feels pretty high. I've been thinking about that, especially relative to other stuff. So we may need to refactor this table a little bit. But anyway, what we have here, we've got these skeleton, like shattered skeleton femurs, and they're currently for debug purposes dropping at 100%, right? And so that's the entirety of the loot table. It's just 100% these femurs. But then what we do is we take these loot tables and we can attach them to things, most commonly NPC loot table item group. And so what we have here is using these tags. So race skeleton, level up to 5. It will drop one of those off of the skeleton. So any skeleton I kill in the game at the moment, we can put another tag and make it zone or specific. We can associate it strictly with, you know, a specific NPC like bat. Bat can drop any one of these 3, right? But for this, we've got, just because I wanted to make it fairly quick, any skeleton that's 5 or under. I believe it's 5 or under, not up to 5. But the cool new thing that we have that we want to expand on, especially now that I've seen that it works, is when it dies, it checks to see if it has this buff on it. And so the current way to do it is there's a few steps that you've got to jump through in order to make this happen. But given that I'm associating it with an existing ability, which is draw strength, I'm able to go into the draw strength ability and basically add like a little flag type buff that gets applied to the NPC when it's got draw strength, when draw strength hits it. And I can make that buff last as long as I want. So it could be, even if draw strength is, you know, for example, not the case, but if it was only like on the NPC for like 12 seconds or something like that, I could still make it so that the tag is now on it for 10 minutes, which the thing, you know, it's going to die. Its time to kill is probably less than a minute or less than 40 seconds on these. And so then when it dies, it just checks to see if it's got that buff condition on it. And if it does, then it does the roll for the femurs and it gives me one, right? So what all of that is then meant to do, what that does is it makes it so that I, as a Shadow Knight, when I'm going out and doing this quest where I need to get this specific item, have the ability to use a Shadow Knight specific ability. Does it work? I think the 2 buff versions of Draw Strength have suffixes. Yeah, Nick, it worked. Unless somehow, let me kill another skeleton without, but it looks like it just worked. I'm shocked that it worked first time because I was just kind of fumbling through the setup. But I did notice that the buff, 2 buff versions of Draw Strength have suffixes. Draw Strength. And I'll be honest, like, I'm going to have to, like, sit down and figure out how I actually set this up now that I've set it up. And then write it. Or did I already document this? Guys, I am so feeble-minded when I start streaming. Like, then again, I say when I start streaming, but I asked Ali a question earlier about functionality and was like, could we get this bit of functionality? It's like, it already exists. And I'm like, oh, wait. And I checked the documentation that I just, like, updated. And literally, it was right there in the documentation that I had updated. I was just like, okay, well. Remember, kids, don't party too hard when you're younger, because then you'll be 47 years old and won't be able to remember shit 15 seconds later. I mean, Unless you want to. I had a blast the first 47 years, though. I can't complain too much. Anyways, so let me find if I actually wrote down how to set this up. I need caffeine. I just drank a bucket of it. Vingarius? Hello. Hey, Stansfor. So where did I actually attach this to? Whoops, let me go back. So draw strength. We got draw strength B and draw strength D. And so draw strength beneficial, draw strength detrimental. And so I put it on detrimental because I assumed that means that it's going on target. And so draw strength detrimental does this stuff that so I guess it subtracts 2 strength. Nick sets up the abilities. This is like the first thing I've been actually really tinkering in ability land. But then what I did was I added another component to draw strength detrimental, which is C and D, which is condition. And that is variable 1 is just the tag that we're now checking for. So it adds tag draw underscore str. Nothing else is needed here. I'm pretty sure I did document this. Did I not? I thought I documented this for sure. For sure. Where would I have documented though? Oh, maybe this is an extension then of... Oh, I gotta expand creating NPC. There we go. Or it was an update. Oh, it's an update to setting up loot. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm reading it now. I've found my own documentation. Yep, this very example is documented. And did I have a note? It's basically we need to get some additional sort of ways of applying conditions to conditional drops. You know, like have it maybe just check to see what class I am or whatever. But anyway, bringing it back around and closing out this part of the discussion, though I'm extremely excited that this worked. We can do things like, you know, I think the example I first was thinking of was when I was doing the Archer quest. It'd be like a perfectly pierced eye or something, right? Like this idea of if I use a precise shot, I kill something, it doesn't just, you know, drop a heart. It drops like a perfectly pierced heart, indicating that, you know, if you look at the item, inspect the item, it's like, it'll say something like, you know, the heart was pierced by a perfectly placed arrow shot or something. Because it knows for a fact that it got hit with an arrow, right? So it allows us to add a little bit more flavor and shit because we know why that item exists on that thing. But it does it in a way that's natural to the old school loot system. And so like anybody could loot that item. They may not be able to use it or whatever, but it's normal item drop flow, if that makes sense. I'm so excited about this. All right, so let's kill another one of these dudes without using draw strength. Super excited. Super excited, guys. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill them for the next quest anyway. So I'll cheat. I'll get through this quest and then we'll go check out the camp that got updated in Shaded Dunes. Man, I'm so amped on that. That's so cool. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed every single one of the wonderful comments that you guys made above because I was wandering around in my mind. Nicodemus said small dev groups are more agile 1000%. The team, I think the team thinks I'm just bullshitting them to like be a cheerleader or whatever when I say that. I'm incredibly English is so hard. I'm incredibly impressed by the amount of stuff that we've been able to get done, given the amount of time that people have to allocate to working on the game. I could not imagine if we were able to have everybody working full time where we'd be at the moment. So that's the big future goal. Get these guys able to just focus on this. So anyways, having a tooling team that's actually dedicated to enabling broader development group and seriously gets to focus on that can absolutely be a game changer. Yeah, Dargath. It's not to say that I've never had dedicated tools programmers on a team before, but it's been rare. And yeah. Hey John, what's going on? 1 in 2 chance with 45%. Oh, when I go back and refactor the... Alright, so let's try this again. We've got another one. Hit him with a fizzly spell. Belfaster said, makes me wonder if that could become some type of class ability, not just quest triggers. Necros, tapping souls, druids, rangers, getting twigs and berries from certain types of mobs, elementalists. You mean using a certain ability to, in a very deterministic way, get item? Like, you know, using a specific spell to harvest like a soul shard or something if you're a necro. Is that what you mean, Belfaster? And if that's what you mean, absolutely, it can totally be used for that right now as of this very moment. And it's not a bad idea. Yep, there we go. The system works as intended. Now let's see if my recipe works. I didn't... Did I forget to loot the other skelly? I thought I... Oh, shit. Let's go... We gotta kill one more then, just to make sure that it's not always dropping. Excuse me. Will Necros be able to use the /taste command on souls? If you remind us to put in a mud object that... for that reason, which you really should, because that's super creepy and awesome. Moving on up. Where are the skeletons? You know what? Let's zone out and see if there's more skeletons out there, and then I'll also show that the tag is working globally. That's a nice test case. Can I tell you a little bit about the team? How many people, how much time can they put in? So according to Slack, we're at 14 people, and it's weird to think that because the team just doesn't seem that big, but we are when we actually count everybody. There is a team page on our website. Our website can be found here. And so how many people, how much time can they put in? So 14 of us, me included. I put in... I don't have a day job beyond being like, for the time being at least, until I've got to go to German... Oops, let me turn invulnerability back on. Because I zoned it. Until I got to go to German indoctrination school, which is like 20, 25 hours a week. But I'm kind of Mr. Mom, grocery shopper, cooker, do all the things around here mode, which is, you know, I like it. You know what? It's going to take too long to go through everybody's specific time and stuff. I would say that the vast majority of the team has day jobs. Household technician, a line stolen from the Jeffersons. Any quote from the Jeffersons is both good and appropriate to the song that I was just singing. So I'd say the vast majority of the team has one or more other jobs. And so the amount of time that everybody dedicates, like everybody's kind of just seems to be around, unless they're working on something else. we communicate in a very async manner, especially given all the time zone differences and stuff. And so it seems like there's always some update or communication or whatever in Slack. But I don't know how to guess at how much time everybody's putting in at the moment, because it's very just sort of as they have time. Might be a interesting exercise at some point. Vengarius, I feel like that's not a great answer for you. Yep, this system works wonderfully. We just gotta drop that drop rate a little bit later. Lower later. Ooh, I have a torch now too. Let me unequip it so it doesn't burn out. We'll need that later. I should be able to do this pretty quickly without cheating, since this has a 100% drop rate at the moment. And then we'll go do the other thing we need to do for the quest, and then we will go to the next stage. And then see if the next thing... Oh, I bet you the next thing won't work, though. Nick, if you're lurking out there, the next stage of the quest probably isn't going to work, because I had to make a new ability, like a proc. And I've got the feeling I probably didn't set that up properly. So Vingarius, did that help you at all? Do you have a different but similar question that maybe I can answer better for you? What? I'm gonna wear that mask. But you see how this skeleton jawbone is dropping way too often? That's a different quest item. So I could probably go back and maybe find a way to have that. But the thing is, I don't want every quest drop to be triggered like that. White Travel said, can you speak on what your philosophy is regarding experience, grouping, and level ranges? Will there be limits to who can group with, still get experience? Ultimately, oops, I forgot to draw strength. Ultimately, there will be a limit, but we're trying to make it as broad as possible, while still sort of reasonable for gameplay. Just so that we can encourage grouping, even if it's kind of a broader range. The specifics on that range, whether or not there would ever be sort of any negative component based on level range, which I don't think we've ever discussed, or will have. Maybe we have. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it. So limits, how much sort of full group or different number of group members will help mitigate that any penalty that comes along with it, etc. I cannot speak too eloquently at the moment because I can't really think of the math. I've got the feeling, let's see, stats. It's level 6 skeleton, so in theory, even with draw strength on him, he shouldn't drop. Dargit said, personally, I like zero limits, just make it impractical. If one is grouped with 59, 59 should get the experience. Should get experience, but it'd be negligible. Like, each kill is 5 XP when you need like 12 million to level or whatever. Yeah, well, so I don't think there's a firm limit. When I might have misspoke, and when I say limit, this guy's so high level that here, let's just kill him. I don't. Oh, well, that was handy. But he didn't drop the thing. Good, perfect. When I mean limit, I mean just like a soft limit, like a point where I mean, it's never going to be like you can't group with this person because they're above your level. It's just you've hit a point of like diminishing returns to where it just doesn't make sense. So essentially what you're describing. Oh. Did the server go down on its own? I don't see an update message. Someone tripped over a power cord. If level ups are too quick, then you won't get to appreciate the upgrades. You get with too many RPGs these days, you rush you through early levels. Yeah, exactly. So we're shooting for fairly slow progression. If you've been watching us playtest, you can see it's definitely not too quick. And then in return, what we've done is we've really pushed. Goodbye, son. We've really pushed the gameplay down so that it feels like you're playing your class and playing the game, even at early levels. I mean, all of the dungeon stuff that you've seen us running around and doing in Wormsbane is what level? I've been in there at level 2, level 4. So you're seeing a lot of like level 4, level 5 people. Allfunk says Embers has decently slow progression right now. Could be even slower, in your opinion. That's a good sign. Slow is good. Yeah, I haven't heard any complaints about it being too slow. A couple people have told me that they would like to have more variety, like NPC variety and stuff like that. But have we done that dungeon with a full group? Yes. I'm eating this bag of candy, so apologies for any strange noises or lack of talking. Zombie Win, thank you for the follow. I need to find skeletons. Do we see any glowing eyeballs? Oh, I see some. ASMR included with stream free. What do they call it? The Korean streams where you just eat food. Mukbang. There we go. Gummy bear mukbang. Man, I got a shield? I'm just getting hooked up. Oh, my bag is full. Destroy. Oh, shit. I logged in without turning invulnerability back on. I was like, what's happening here? Why is my window closing? Because you're dying. You're being eaten by a jackal. Next stream, coffee bowl mukbang. I'll do it. I'll do anything for your attention. We'll never understand how some stuff in content watching someone eat. Jeez. There's, you know, I mean, the name of the company is Niche Worlds Cult for a reason. There's a niche out there for everyone. Given we've got 8 billion people out there, folks. You can find tens of thousands of people that are into just about anything. Came for the ASMR of Sean's voice, doing long form EQ interviews, stayed for the game develop. Oh my, am I getting attacked? Oh my. Been watching chiropractors recently, pop people's bones. Don't know why you're addicted. See? There's all sorts of stuff out there. Invuln. Time to die. Kill. Look at dog chiropractors? Very interesting. Oh, I don't know, man. Did the dog seem into it? I feel like they might be freaking the dog out a little bit, which would make me feel bad. What is this? Oh, I gotta give this to the guard now. Should have heard me when I had my cold. Yeah, you guys said I didn't sound very good. I'll watch the VOD and see if I can tell a difference. I don't like to listen to myself talk. I'm gonna re-enable invulnerability. Oh, let me check this bag and see if it actually combines. It does. Oh, I need to make the bags stay bags. That was a good request from Zukin. I could do chiropractor stuff on people while interviewing them. Fellow developers. I don't know that they would be okay with that. Only bags can go in bag slot. I used to do jujitsu with a chiropractor, which was kind of an unfair advantage for him, to be honest. He was so strong. He is very good at like grabbing a hold of you and twisting you just by nature of what he does all day. Jasmine's actually got a pretty strong right hand grip from extracting wisdom teeth. Also, his joint knowledge is basically cheating. Yeah, it's true. I dislocated one of my ribs, and it was funny because, like, on the spot, he was trying to use his witchcraft to pop it back in. It was hilarious. It just, he's like, all right, now put your arm over here and twist here, and then put your leg over this way, and let's see if we can push it. Boom. You're starting jujitsu with your daughter? Badass. I think it's amazingly good martial art to get daughters involved in. Nicodemus said, only jujitsu guy will tell you what he's going to do to you before pinning you down. Was it, is it Gordon Ryan who wrote what submission he was going to win by in an envelope and gave it to the announcers before one of his matches or two of his matches. Yeah, jiu-jitsu is weird like that. You can have a class where, you know, the session's kind of like, and for the next set of rules, you need to win by the, you know, the following manner, like a Kimura or whatever, rear naked choke or armbar or whatever. And so you know what the person's attempting to get on you. And then, poof, you just get tricked into it anyway. All right, so had a wrestler in your circuit in high school that could predict like that? He's on another level. Yeah, I mean, at some point it's just like bragging, right? I sit so poorly in this chair. I'm so like leaned over. If I sit like this and move the mic, it doesn't mess anything up, does it? I really should be sitting up better. I'm gonna wear my beanie all hipstery like this for the rest of the day. What time is it in our world? All right, we're gonna have to cheat. Time set 6 a.m. Watch the sun come up from over here, and then we are going to interact with this guy. Oh, he did it to you as well. Predicted pinning you in a bow and arrow. I don't know what that pin looks like. I know like bow and arrow chokes, but I'm assuming it wasn't a choke because you weren't wearing a gi. So we're at 4,002 followers. That means I think Chubbs 23 was 4,000. Awesome. We got some pathing stuff to clean up here. They're not centering themselves very well between the collision, but that's a polished thing for later. Need to see if you can partner with a chair maker to get M&M chairs made for the team. Right off as a business expense. The problem with business expenses at the moment is that they're expensive. It's out of pocket. So we'll wait until we're making that Twitter money, and then folks can work 4 hours a week and get $30,000 chairs. All right, so this creep's here. Hail. No time for me, but I am supposed to give you this. I am invulnerable, right? What? You're attacking me? M&M milk crates for sitting on? Or for your records? I need to lower my beanie a little bit so the glare stops blinding you. He's upset. I commented on his pathing. Well, I mean, the dude's been hitting the bar too much. Just kind of scraping along the walls. This guy's really high level compared to me. Maybe I should lower his level. I would have already died a couple times over. But, you know, that's what groups are for. Can I cheat? Can I cheat real quick? Yeah, I was able to cheat. All that free ale the players have been giving them for faction bumps. Nice. Okay, I'm done with him. That would be funny if we could. You feed him alcohol for faction bumps, and he just gets all tipsy. Starts spilling all the beans. He lets you know about the secret plan. Unsuccessfully flirts with you a few times. Throws up, falls over. You can just like loot him. No, that was not autobiographical. How dare you? Are we gonna have drunken master stance for monks? I want to get drunken punch stuff. You're gonna have to ask Nick about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that absolutely 100% we should do that. Now we just gotta get with Nick and have him implement it. If you see a monk just blinking around the whole time, you gotta watch out for that one. I find the background music so relaxing. I don't know if you guys can hear it well enough. Throw up on the enemy for acid damage. Ooh. Ew. Oh man, I forgot how evil I look. Wrong area. Is Robert going to make sound effects also, like the clinks, clanks, walking, getting hit? Or just stick to music? No, he does all of the sounds that you hear. Everything that you've been hearing so far is Robert. So like the spell effect sounds, the really cool kind of old school cartoony spell effect sounds that you've heard during some of the playtests and stuff, all of that is Robea. I think that's the Swedish pronunciation of his name. Nice Foley artist, seems like a very fun job. He's sent us pictures before. When he first got on the team, I think he was out somewhere like at his cabin, and his wife took a picture of him like laying on a bridge with a microphone. He's like everywhere with a microphone and headphones. Like I think he was getting like water sounds or something from a stream. Drunken style for monks should be like a tank mode, but they have to naturally sober up before they can be super effective at DPS again. Man, drinking and fighting, they don't mix very well. Oh. Why is it doubling all of that? Okay, let's check the database. What did I do? You see what happens? You see what happens, Sean? He likes you twice as much. Yeah. That was exactly as intended. Maybe Brazzik's drunk too. Drunk people repeat themselves. And they're generous. Jackie Chan made Drunken Fist look so convincing. He's a very good actor. Not so good with stunts, but very good actor. Oh, I did some shit the other day at the camp that we're going to go see in a minute. Where I was going to copy some trees with Control D. And so I had the tree selected. And instead of moving with Shift, I was doing WASD movement with Shift in Unity. And I accidentally hit Control and was doing WASD movement. And in doing so, duped like 30 of the same tree. And the real shit part of it was I had multiple things selected, so I had to go in and like delete 29 of them. I was just, I can just imagine I've broken all sorts of stuff. Pattis will let me know. Brazik, where are you at, dog? What happened here? Huh. Is that... I thought that's how we typically did multi-item turn-ins. Am I wrong? Don't answer that, chat. Let's look for item. Let's just look item. Let's look at how some other stuff's been made. I mean, I've made quests before. What the frick? Yep. I mean, this is the same kind of configuration here, no? Brazik, you scoundrelly character, you. Eh? Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen that, so... This isn't doubled. It would exceed the character limit. I don't know. We'll make a note. We'll have to make a note. We'll make a note over here. Brazik X2. Alright, we'll come back to that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just heavily implying it. Are you implying that I'm wrong? Alright, so he gave me this. I need to go find Buckmar, the head alchemist. He's suggesting that mistakes may have been made. How dare you? Do you not know I'm a professional? Who just... I'm going out the back door again on accident. I mean, on purpose. Is this secret passage? This secret passage is clearly broken. Okay. I like that our game is getting so big already that there's stuff that... Not yet. Super secret. Gotta click on a statue. It rotates. That's my Foley. Sekhmet's here. Okay. Sekhmet's here. If Sekhmet's here, then where did we stuff Buckmar? Shh. No one's supposed to know about you. Okay. Back out. Shh. Hey, Sekhmet. Backdoor is always an accident. Okay, Marcino says. Or so they'd have you believe. Oops. There we go. No. It's not you, Pattis, it's me. This looks like an alchemy room. It's just the navigation skills on this character are not high enough yet. After hearing Sean's statue moving sound, I'm wondering, can you guys hire Michael Winslow to do your sound effects? That would be a very super retro nostalgic thing to do. I don't know if we could... Oh, man. I should put my torch up. Now it's dead. Destroy. Use shield. Pretty dope. We'll have to wait until the first expansion. Necro Academy 2. All right. Well, let's check and see why he did not give me the blade that he just referenced. Come on, Sean. Come on, Shane. So there it is in the quest. Movie trailers? Now that's something that doesn't age well from the 80s, 90s. Really? You don't think so? Okay, so the item exists. The item is here. Hey, well below average. Is it equipable? Well, that's cool as well. Why did he not give it to me though? '80s movies. I love the narration on those trailers. BDC Retro, you're so right. I wish I could do that voice. In a time of despair, there was one man. Man, that would be great to be able to do that. Alright, so let me destroy the item. Let me try this again since Brazza gave me 2 bags. Please take this weapon. Don LaFontaine. Whatever. Is it Yashua? Yashua just asked, how old are you? Me and my brother were debating it. Just now, or like, was this something you guys have been doing like over the last week or weekend or something like that? Give me more background and then I'll tell you. Just now? You and your brother are watching me this right now? That's kind of weird. It gets... Honestly, I forget that people are actually just like sitting there watching. Now I just got very self-conscious. Keep in mind, the shine off of this receding hairline has been like this since I was like 20. And the gray in my beard's been here since I was like 14. You're talking about staying at home and stuff, which made us think of it. How old do you think I am? Like 65 or something? I'm retired. I'm retired and at home all day. Moping about. Belfaster. Nice. Let's look and see. You're going to say 47? All right, well, then you're 100% accurate. That is... there we go. That's why I didn't fire. Right there. Right there. You see what happens, Larry? Yeah, 47. I'm 47. I'm chronologically 47. I'm maturity level probably like 15. Physical fitness level. All I know is I could whip 19-year-old me's ass in a heartbeat. So yeah. I'm many ages. Cool, we fixed that. We fixed it. Let's... You know what? We'll check it later. I'm 100% sure that that fixed it. So, it was just missing a bracket, basically. Let's summon the sword that I need to use, and let's actually go use this beast. When you get old, you can't F around in a fight. Old guys are dangerous. Yeah, I was gonna make a comment now that it's been a few weeks and the police haven't arrived, so I think it's fine. I don't think this will ever be used as evidence, but who knows. I was gonna make a comment. A few weeks ago, we were at the Oktoberfest thing with Jasmine's coworkers, and this guy kept throwing ice from the upper balcony of this thing that went around there, and it's just like a crazy scene, right? It's where everybody stands on benches, and you're not allowed to stand on a table, but you're allowed to stand on these rickety ass benches and like sing these songs and dance and shit, and everybody's just smashing these big glass like mugs of beer, like liter. And so the ground is, I'm not exaggerating, the ground is covered in broken glass and stuff. There's several hundred people in this big beer hall. We're all singing, we're having a good time, and some assholes up there with like his crew of business homies or whatever that paid for like the VIP area, and they're throwing ice cubes down. You know, a lot of the women are wearing like these German outfits that are kind of bustier, and so I could see it's kind of like, I guess, being on Bourbon Street or whatever. I could see why you'd want to be in the VIP area and creep out or whatever. So dude keeps throwing ice cubes, and so finally I look up and like it was like, stop with the ice cubes, just stop with the ice cubes. And I wasn't being mean or anything. I was just like, hey, no. And the one guy was like, wasn't me. And he points at his buddy, and then he taps his buddy. And I'm like, hey, stop. Bitte, kein Eiswürfeln, bitte. You know? And the guy starts screaming, do you want to fight? And he's like up there turning red. He's like, do you want to fight me? And I'm like, no, I don't want to fight you. I just want you to stop throwing ice cubes, dude. He's like, no. He's like, flips me off. I'm like, ah. He's like, let's go. I was like, all right, come on down. And so this dude comes bouncing down the stairs like a Muppet. And so I go and meet him. And he gets up to me, and I don't think he realized, maybe he did. I mean, maybe he's just like, had his drinks going, or I don't know, maybe he's more badass than I realized or something. But he like runs up and like, yeah, the angle was off because he tries to go chest to chest with me, and my chin is like on the top of his head. He's screaming in German. My wife like immediately was like, Sean, don't and followed. And I really hadn't even started drinking for the day, so I was kind of like, well, whatever. But and so he bangs up against me, chest to chest, kind of like chest to my abdomen, and and he's screaming in German, do you want to punch me? Do you want to punch me? And I go, no, I don't. I just want you to stop throwing ice cubes. And so he bounced up against me again, and I was kind of like, I'm going to not push him hard, but I'm going to extend him away from me. And if he comes back, then I'm going to extend him again, and then I'm going to quickly resolve this. And so I I extended him out and he bounced back against me, still screaming. Oops, invulnerable. Oh my god, he just jacked me quick. Before I could even turn invulnerable, I am... Oh no, wait, I'm not dead. Okay, I was just stunned. I fooled myself. Okay, whew, saved. Anyways. Yeah, so I pushed him away from me again, and when he came back this time, it was resolved. And needless to say, he was back up with his friends later, and just again he was just like, let's go outside. I'm like, did you not have enough? No, I don't want to do this. I want you to just stop being an asshole and enjoy your beer. Oh man. And so that goes back to the whole like drunken monk thing. Yeah, it does not make you more agile or quick to do any DPS. It does make it so that you get a really surprised look on your face when somebody maybe pops you in the throat. You can tank like an idiot though? Yeah, kinda. It makes you immune to realizing your own stupidity. Absolutely. Man, people are silly. So if we put in any alcohol abilities like you guys are asking for, you know, we've got to put in the next day. If you're sober and it's the next day in game, then you have to deal with all sorts of detrimental effects. You'll have like random mysterious debuffs appear. You'll be like, what is this debuff? Unexplained soreness. No pants. If you drink enough and your alcohol tolerance is too low, then you just... You wake up, the screen goes dark for like 5 minutes, and then you wake up, it's the next day, and you've got your missing items. You need to keep a stack of the hair of the dog on you. Absolutely. You just got to keep going until it's time to retire that character. Throwing up makes you consume more food, water. It randomly resets it to empty. M&M equivalent to Gatorade. That will be craftable, I think. Home remedies that require random ass ingredients. It's like a ham sandwich and 3 raw eggs. Micah Games says, when you wake up somehow you're in Nogales. Is that how you pronounce it? Nogales, Mexico, which is like 3 hours away. I usually find drug alcohol content in games just be kind of childishly cringe. It's because you're too serious a person to see Jack. We can't all live up to your standard. Yeah, the likelihood of all of this making it in is low, but it's a fun, childishly cringe way to spend time on stream. The hair of the dog thing actually works though. Toot Master. I think it would be more cringy if we did alcohol stuff in our game if we were trying to appeal to people that are under 35. But since it's mainly just going to be a bunch of old farts playing this game, or maybe I read your comment wrong, C Jack. maybe what you were saying is, I usually find drug and alcohol content in games to be kind of childishly cringy, but everything you guys have been discussing so far this stream sounds fantastic. Will there be social security payments from the game or to the game? Can you basically just wire can you pay directly from social security into the game? Yes. You're gonna. Two Masters said they're gonna main a drunken master if we add it. Yeah. Keep in mind a lot of the stuff that I say that we're gonna add during streams isn't necessarily gospel. I think Nick just sits there with a list of stuff that I'm like, yeah, we could probably do that, and he's like, he's got his own list. He's like, that's not gonna happen. He just writes it down. He's like, nope. Does the waterfall still exist? It does. I'm gonna be really shocked if this sword works as intended. Don't go chasing waterfalls. What's that next line? Or the river and the streams that they're... Oh man. Come on, TLC. I'll back into my... Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the streams and rivers you're used to. Thank you, Tube Master. And Stoic. Honorable mention. And Phil. Yeah, okay, this is an old fart stream. Yeah, sometimes younger people stumble into the stream and they don't quite realize just how much of an old fart stream this is. That is an old song, only 1994. That's like 8 years ago, right? Exactly. Okay, so this area got... the kids wonder why you have your game set at low potato graphic settings. Yeah, oh yeah. All right, here's the little river coming out. Let me turn off my aggro as well, so I can go look around here because something is not as planned. They should not be capsules yet. What time is it? It's only 4 p.m. We may have to fix something here. So I went ahead and I did a little revamp of this area as well in preparation for dealing with this camp over here. How old are you people? Who's the youngest person in stream at the moment? Oh, okay. It's correct. I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. So these are the old capsule people, but they're supposed to be for something different. Okay, so You're older than me. Dear ancient wizard, you. So 42, 29, 34, 31. So Jack of Trays is the youngest so far. A lot of 35s. A lot of 35s. Like that sort of 30-ish range. 50. Alright. Yeah, it's not, you know. 33. So, oh, wait. Yeah, Jack of Trays is still the youngest. The youngest. Sweet child. Okay, you still remember that song as well? Yeah, my mom and I used to rock that cassette tape. Anytime we had to, when we lived in we spent a year in this trailer in the Ocklawaha National Forest when my dad was stationed somewhere. And, man, she loved Guns N' Roses. Alright, so we need to fix these guys. Also, I need to check this message and see what's going on. Did I do something wrong? Alright. Luna is awake and has a question. Let me see if I can look in a database and figure that out for her as well. Gonna look this up. Tabula. Okay. Hail. Let me see what she's got going on here. Oh, I see the problem. It's the same problem I just had. I don't know if Luna is watching the stream, but I will. I just ran into this problem myself. It's that the first line is missing a closing percentage sign. Fixed. How's our game doing? Ollie, it is so freaking cool, dude. It's so cool. Everybody, Ollie's here. Give Ollie like a, let's give Ollie, I want to find a heart. Here's a heart in chat. I'm giving Ollie a heart in chat because the conditional drop thing is so cool. We just did it. How is he not VIP? I guess because I don't know how to work Twitch, really. Here is he. I don't know how to upgrade him, man. Flag him as a suspicious user. No, I don't want to do that. I want to... Nope, not report him. But yeah. Yeah, tested out the conditional drop on this quest, the earlier stage, and it worked, and it was so awesome, dude. Nick has got his hands full, BDC Retro. So did we find out Jack of Trays is officially the youngest person in here at age 29. Though the two brothers that were trying to figure out how ancient I was earlier, I've got the feeling they're probably younger. Though the enchanter that I met in Unrest, who comes in here, I'm sorry I'm spacing on your name, but that I met on P99 Unrest. I think it's like when I met them, they were like 22 or something, and now they're 24. They were in here the other day. They would be the youngest. All right, so let me fix what I messed up earlier. Smuggler. And they should... They should be human. How are they not human? Why are they not showing up as humans? Human. They are human. Oh, because they're human neutral. Okay. We're going to make them M's for now. Because M's work. F's don't work as well at the moment. We're fixing F's. Okay. You saw guard Pattis, you're going to camp him all the time? Good luck, Stoic. You better be pretty amazing at the game and also very high level and have great gear to camp a Pattis. Some commentary you'll hear is that younger people don't want a challenging MMO. I think it's way more likely they've never been exposed to one given designs over the last 15 years. BDC Retro, I agree a lot. We're not counting them out at all. I have them listed as part of my tertiary potential market. There is a tertiary, or I'd probably just lump them into one of our two secondary groups. In all seriousness, I do think that as younger folks churn out of other online environments or platforms, whether that be like a people playing around with the Roblox fake MMOs that are integrated in Roblox, or just they get used to exploring and having a sense of space within or place within online spaces and stuff like that. I think if they hear there's this thing that's different or challenging or weird or old or retro or whatever, there's a certain amount of them that are going to be like, yeah, cool, let me just check it out. And then they're either going to like it or not. Can we make neutral humans on release with the sussy character models? Zendikroft, yet. Enjoying a challenge and feeling a sense of accomplishment is not a generational thing. I agree 100%. And I think there's probably a decent percentage of younger folks out there that they like that idea. You know, we're always trying to find something weird that or interesting that not everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, this played out. Everybody else is doing that. You know, like, so I think there's something there. I think folks that are familiar with this type of game will be our initial group of people, like you folks that have played EQ and Dayak and AC and played older games and are looking for something sort of comparable. We'll make up our core. And then secondarily, we'll have people that are looking for their first experience of the sort. I mean, there are 40 million people playing Dungeons and Dragons as of 2020. 2022. I don't know what that number looks like, but then there may be a number of those that are like, oh, can I do this online with, are there online sort of dungeony RPG environments? We're leaning heavily into the RPG elements. Bit slower gameplay. Yes, we're more punishing. Yes, we're more challenging. But I do think it's made up for with like sandwichy combat and other things in terms of pacing and hopefully once we get everything in, things to do and a sense of place. So we'll pull some of those people in, I hope. And then there'll be like the younger folks that are just looking for something interesting or something different or something challenging. So we'll see. It would sure be nice if all of that actually turns out to be true. I'm gonna kill P99? No. Hell, we'll still be playing P99. Especially hint hint, if they get the new green up. New green may impact the launch date of M&M. All right, so let's repop. Green 2 Electric Boogaloo. Staying on theme for tonight. Good job, Stoic. Repop. Repopulate. Green 2, the greenening. Man. Haven't had enough time to watch movies lately. I've been trying to expose Jasmine to as many of the old 80s movies as possible. So you're gonna hit her with break-in? I wonder if I could find it somewhere. I loved that movie when I was a kid, man. I had the fat laces in my shoe. Doing the robot. Had my rat tail. Was it Uzo or Turbo that had the rat tail? Ozone, that's right. Oh, I just looked up. Used to have rats I adopted from a high school psych class. Named them Turbo and Ozone. Nice. Gotta show a rad. Mm-hmm. Gleaming the Cube is not 80s. It's what, early 90s, but she's got to check that out as well. All right. So aggro is off. None of these smugglers have clothes on, so they're really good at smuggling because they're not even wearing any clothes to smuggle stuff in. In theory, these tents could be scaled down. Araxon says, I'm in a leveling guild on P99 and there's some younger people in it. They aren't the majority by any means, but there is some interest. How young do you think, how young is young in this situation, do you think? And roughly how many do you think they are? Also, do you have their email addresses? No, I'm just kidding about the last part. Early 20s? Tight. There are new tint prefabs, by the way. Currently only one texture. Pattis? Yeah. Could probably bust them out. I was just going really quick and just grabbing stuff that was already in here. It's a big ass barrel. When you get up near it, it's a bit big. But it seems fine when you're farther away. Okay, so the smugglers are here. Did you guys put a lot of work into the water, or is it just easy to get nice looking water nowadays? Essentially, when John came over, because John has created the games Salt and Salt 2, which are ocean sailing exploration games, like procedural environments. It's super cool. Definitely check out Salt 2. It just came out if you haven't already. So he came over from working on that, and he had been using this shader. I think it's just an asset that you can buy and then manipulate and get it to look the way you want. And so he was like, hey, I've got this. Check it out, and if you like it, then it's not super expensive. So that's what we did here. We've been pretty good about basically making all of our own stuff, but when it comes to something like that, it's like, all right, cool. ADJ87 said, honestly, I think you can make as hard / punishing a game something as close to a true D&D experience as you want. As long as you have good LFG guild community tools, then a majority of people will be happy. I tend to agree. I mean, there are a number of other variables, but definitely onto something there, I hope. I really hope. John is the Pilgrim 1 here in chat, and the asset is called Crest, he says. I knew that, but I wasn't going to try to spill all of our secrets. Now everybody's going to have dope looking water. Thanks, John. Yeah, one of the things that we want to, one feature that we want to, that we want to add in is, a social ledger, if that makes sense. So it's it's an idea I had because I also want you to have transaction ledger so you can kind of see like, where did my item go? Oh, look. Oh, I sold it for 5 silver. Son of a gun. So, or where did I get these items? Oh, I got them from Azaleel. Okay, let me hit him up and see if he's got more of these items. But then like a social ledger would be just a list of like people that you've grouped with and stuff. And so essentially things that make sense in terms of player to player social interactions, with logging it so that you can just kind of go back and be like, oh man, that group last night was really good, but I forgot to like friend them or whatever. Oh, it was so-and-so's. They were in the group. Or, oh, that group was really horrible last night. I never want to see them again. So. Stoic says, I don't know. Well, I personally agree. Didn't WildStar fail because the hiring content was too difficult for people to complete? And I loved WildStar. I think it also comes down to the nature of the difficulty. Like how much of that was mechanical difficulty. And then I think one of the other challenges is the raid content. Like I thought the higher end content was more raid focused than group. Am I wrong on that? The leveling experience and PvP were both mechanically hard. It was exhausting to play WildStar for long hours. Yeah, that's where I think the sandwichy part helped. Making it, for those of you that are new, like, can you eat a sandwich and play the game at the same time? That was me playing the game. At this point, can you elaborate on any LFG tool? Subtubes asks. Not in detail, but I don't think you'd be shocked. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to go through and spec it out, but it'll just... Yeah. It's not a dungeon finder, no. It'd be more of just making it easy to find people, and you're still going to have to do stuff like communicate with them and meet them and all of that stuff. Excuse me. I feel like I missed some stuff. If you said something brilliant a second ago, and I missed it, just feel free to repeat it. Belfaster said, do you have an unstuck command so people can work themselves loose when that happens? Not yet, but it's on our list. It's on the roadmap. How does the team feel about instanced anything? We're starting with a no instance policy, and then we're... Oh, that was interesting. Oh, cool. I'm about to crane kick somebody in this water. I'm waiting for it to become nighttime here. All right, so we've got smugglers. Yeah, so anyways, we're oh, now I'm like, why did the tents seem so big relative to these guys? Because I forgot they're made smaller. They're made smaller for a reason too. There's the more reason. Smuggling plums? Is that a Speedo joke? I need to put clothes on them. I apologize. All right. 5 p.m. Romthan says, I lurk a lot, but just wanted to say the progress, both the game itself and interest around it, is looking amazing. Cannot wait to get a chance to play. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate lurkers as well. I tend to wait until after the stream to kind of check and see like, oh, I wonder how many people were hanging out in here. And when I do, I'm always shocked at like the number of people we got lurking, and I appreciate all of you. Especially those of you that are supposed to be working right now, and you've got me like on a second monitor, maybe tabbed over or whatever, you're just kind of listening, pretending to do work, waiting desperately for the end of the day if you're in Europe, and then you're hyped on the fact that it's almost, you're bummed because it's Thursday and there won't be another stream until Tuesday, but you're hyped on the fact that it's almost the weekend. Working and lurking, Malik, good job. Kimry as well, BDC Retro, Hell's Ridge, Kinster's, well, work from home, then you don't even have to hide me. ADJ's part of the club too, nice. Josh Strife Hayes, second monitor content approach, exactly. Unfortunately, you guys are my second monitor, not the first. He makes his chat first monitor, but doesn't work for me. Are they small because they are an homage to the German dude that tried to fight me? Dargath asked. Maybe. I don't know what he actually is in the evenings. Maybe he just doesn't spawn in the evenings. What time is it? Where did they go? 6 p.m. We're gonna wait a minute and see if they spawn at 7. I've had some weird stuff happen where night spawns didn't spawn till like 7 for some reason. You're the 5th monitor, 4K all the way in the back. Entertainment. You've got 5 monitors right now? Holy shit. Are you trying to hack the Gibson, or what was going on in the movie Swordfish? I forget what that was. Oh, nukes or something? Let's not joke about that. That's very... It's too soon. Alright, what time is it now in game? It's still 6 p.m. Alright, we'll see. If these guys appear at 7. They're trying to hack the NWC authentication server. People like you is why we can't use Sola right now. So, Ollie, I used conditional. I used the conditional drop earlier, which is so cool. By modifying draw strength, and it worked. It was pretty badass. Now I've made, this one's probably not going to work because I made a proc, which I don't think I made it. I don't think I made the ability correct, to be honest, but I guess we'll see. This will be my first time trying to use it. Made a proc just so I could make a condition that applies for a conditional drop. Not necessarily necessary, but I wanted to test myself. I wanted to challenge myself to you know, buffs can add procs as well. That's where I started. I assumed it, and then when I was trying to make the buff, because I started with a buff, and then guess what? It like yelled at me in the database and said you need to make an ability or something, and I was like, what? That's not true. And then I realized I'm actually not enough of an expert in this whole area right here of the database. Abilities and buffs. I'm not experienced enough yet to know exactly what the hell I'm doing. So I started here. I started here. What was it? Silver? What's a good keyword? Silver slash. It's why we have a UI for all this stuff. But would it... I know where it is, but I didn't think it was going to be that hard. So I started here and then went to there. And then it gave me an error when I was trying to... What was I trying to do? I think maybe associate that variable? No. Here maybe? Here. I think the buff effect was not pulling from the buff. I don't know. I was doing something. I'll follow up with you after the stream. After dinner or something and see if I can unfudge myself. And when I got the error, it was like, you need to... It gave me like a database error. It was like, you need an ability. And I was like, really? Okay. And so then I went ahead and just made an ability as well. And by that time, I'd already forgotten that we had a interface for the editing it. So I was like, whatever. Whatever. I'm just going to put this word everywhere in the database until it works. A great way to prevent people hacking your system is create your own OS using your own programming languages, your own compilers. It's a lot of work, but hackers only see garbage. It's pretty secure. They're like, what is all this garbage? Aha! Tricked ya. You thought you were coming to hack us, but we've obfuscated ourselves in garbage. You can't hack us if we hack ourselves first, idiots. God, you're so stupid. Alright, so I'm going to turn aggro back on. Oh. Now I'm being attacked by this guy. I feel like that's the next question after H. What do people do here? Probably lots of programming. Yeah. What does everybody do here? I think I'm too low level to actually be doing this with this guy. I should be much higher level by now. Ollie's a farmer, yes. Jack of trades, game programming. Aren't you a little young for that? Kimmery, encounter design on current MMO. Dargith, software development manager. Well below average. Data analytics, which I guess you would know if your name is true then. Belfaster, also a data analyst. Hell's Ridge, lumber sales. That's the standout one. That's pretty dope. Security consultant, penetration testing. That's Ventali. Subtufes, graphic designer. Data science ninja is a data science AI in development person, which again the name makes sense. Stanzwar, game designer producer. Omni, software developer, full stack game programming, Unity, 3JS, Go. Sean Butts, tech journalist and or internet janitor. Is it Dumion or Dumion? Director of engineering for a media company. Nice. Look at you. Fancy. Elorm, application designer. Nick Hotz, victim of boat attacks. Breaker of things. Creator of classes. First of his name. Fairly diverse audience. I think our audience is even more diverse. It's just the lurkers are lurking. Okay, so this is yet to proc. Creator of many humans. Those of us with crap jobs not answering. Oh, come on. Don't be ashamed. What are we lurking? So you missed it, C-Jack. We were trying to figure out who the youngest people were in here, and now we're figuring out what jobs people do. What is your job? Your job's pretty crappy. I've had some crappy jobs. I'm not ashamed. Before I joined SOE, yeah, I'm currently a household technician. Before I joined Variant / SOE, I owned a skate park, and during the day, when the kids were at school, I worked day jobs to help pay the bills, and I did construction for a bit. Like finishing work, I worked at an art museum as a janitor in Dothan, Alabama. I worked at a sign shop, which was kind of interesting because it was basically me just making vinyl signs all day for a giant Lowe's contract that they had while two older Alabama women sat in the back, smoked cigarettes, and made inappropriate comments about me, which I found to be actually kind of sweet. First Noir, thank you for the follow. How much vinyl did I weed? Dude, pulled so... Making vinyl signs is such an interesting process. Just... Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, making the big-ass banners for Lowe's or whatever it was like... But then every once in a while you get like a crazy fun one where someone comes in, they want to like get something trashy put on their rear, like their back window of their car. Like one girl came in, she was like, I want to get this put on my car. I'm like, you want Disco Biscuit put on the back of your car? Yeah. I'm like, all right. Just Disco Biscuit it is. Godspeed to you, Disco Biscuit, if you're out there in Alabama somewhere. GZX says, I'm nearly 34, so I'm not the youngest. Correct. I think 29 is the youngest on record at the moment. And lead designer. This is also correct. I know this to be true. Chat with this name. Thank you for the follow. Riker said, I tried learning programming a few times. Whenever I start feeling confident, it's like, all right, now make a Photoshop from scratch, and I get overwhelmed. Yeah. I need to set my skills up more if I'm going to be able to kill this dude. Or maybe my level. Let me set my level to 8. See what happens. I still... We'll see what happens. I don't think I can hit him, but I'm not proccing. So my weapon is broken. I need to fix it. Chat with this name asks, is this Pantheon that's actually going to release? Pantheon's going to release. Come on. Positivity. We're going to release as well. You did groundskeeping at a cemetery for years? That actually seems like a rad job. When I was in the Army, I was stationed at Fort Myers in the military district of Washington. And we did a lot of stuff in Arlington. And that was a pretty dope experience. Being able to do runs through Arlington in the morning is pretty fantastic. All right. So I think we've proven that my item doesn't work. It has not procced. So, damn, that's a lot of experience. Disco biscuits are big where you're at? Oh yeah, I'm sure they're popular everywhere. Horse breeding is nuts. Scorn, how are you doing, first of all? And where did that come from? Sansor says, I was a carpenter for a bit before I got into game development. That was a good job. It smells nice. Carpentry is nice smelling. International shipping, finance, and management for 8 years before switching to software dev. Omni. I'm in import-export. Not the mafia. Import-export. Sorry, that's the first thing I thought of. Stoic said, my job is like a mini hats type job where I've been doing it for 11 years, so I want to move on, but I feel like I'm pigeonholed by being decent at a lot of things, but not great at any one particular thing. Oh. I'd be shocked if you didn't have something that you're great at. Skills, yeah, so chat with his name. I was hoping my skills would go up a lot faster when I boosted my level. Dude, were you in Fort Myers, Florida? No, but I once went to a skateboard contest in Fort Myers, Florida with my team when we had the skate park, and we skated with Rodney Mullen, who lived there at the time, and that was pretty dope. Hey, Goblin Works. Mother, I'm going to army. These are my medals, Cindercroft. Come here, Roonies. Come here. These are my medals. I got this medal from Army. Alyssa Thomas? She used to be Alyssa Steamer. Lives across from you in Fort Myers. First of all, hopefully you didn't get messed up when the storm hit. It looked pretty rough. Rodney Mullen's such a chill dude and so creative. He's amazing to watch skate because he would analyze what he was about to do next and just wreck it. It was just crazy to watch him skate live. It was very, very fun. Surprised no one said porn star as a job. BDC Retro, all the porn stars are lurkers. CJX said, worst job I've done is either manual labor in a quarry or door knocking sales. Oh, wow. Door knocking sales I could see not being great. Manual labor in a quarry seems very interesting, though. Very the beginning of like a Stallone movie or something. Like before you get recruited to go on the mission, they find you there breaking rocks. You're like, it's never over. It's never over. And then you stop breaking rocks. Sakai says I work in a large hospital as a dietitian tech. Oh, that's pretty badass. Super cool. Does writing bots translate to game development? It does. It actually does translate well to game development. If you're a good bot writer, then you probably make more money than a game developer. I skated with Rodney. Yes, I did skate with Rodney. It was really cool. We woke up, we drove to Fort Myers, Florida for a contest the next day, basically. Like we drove from Alabama to Fort Myers. We slept in our VW bus that we had in a Walmart parking lot. Woke up, went over to the contest, skated, and drove back. But it was a really great day. The thing about Alyssa Steamer is I was telling somebody the other day, if you beat I think Tony Hawk 2 with Alyssa Steamer and you get the video montage at the end, when she does like whatever sort of like fast plant on a big crazy looking ramp, like comes up off like a 5-foot quarter fast plants on this thing that's behind it and then pops back in. I actually built that. That is the crazy ramp that I built. And that is my skate park. So worst job, working for John Deere, sorting parts in a warehouse. Shit was soul sucking. Sounds so relaxing to me, Goblin, but I guess I could see that. Oh, the last job that I had before I left Alabama to join Sony was actually photoshopping the background out of images of like cat toys and stuff for a website, a local pet and equine supply site, Jeffers, Old Man Jeffers website. It was the best job that I had there. Worst job was wait staff at Buffalo Wild Wings downtown in a college town. I could see how that'd be problematic, as the kids say. What kind of benefits can we expect from joining the Niche Worlds cult team? I mean, retirement benefits from us, immortality, endless supplies of money, glory. That's it? Yeah, I guess. I thought it was enough. I mean, we can look at the plan and we can upgrade, I guess. It's just, you know. Vampirism, don't forget about vampirism. Yes, true. Yes, Ollie. We're all going to move to Ollie's Island. No free breakfast or anything? Well, you're going to work from home. Make your own damn breakfast. You can spend your money and your vampirism on that. Oh, it was like very intense sorting? Oh, that shit is not fun. Goblin, I cannot picture you in that role. Goblin said, sorting thousands of products a day with minimal mistake for 8 hours. I'm not built for that. No, you seem a little too chill for that. All right, guys. You know what? It is 5 o'clock. I've got a puppy on my lap. I've got a yeah, that's you, buddy. You're the puppy on my lap. That's you. I got a puppy that I'm gonna take out. And I'm going to get with the crew here and see if we can fix my non-proccing sword. And then that'll be fixed. I'll have a new set of quests in on Tuesday when we meet again. And probably some other stuff to show off. So thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing. I like learning about you guys. Now we've got your age. We've got your work. Tuesday we'll discuss your mother's maiden name, your best friend from high school, your first car, your the name of your first school. Thursday we'll get into credit card numbers and home address and social security number. First pet, yes. City you're born in. Bye, Nick. Bye, Stansvar. Bye, Jack of Trays. Bye, Stoic. Belfaster, have a great weekend yourself. Sakai. Kimmery, thank you. BDC Retro. Do I plan on streaming on Thursday, US holiday? Yeah, I'll stream Thursday because I doubt it's a holiday here. See you, Pattis. See you, John. See you, Ventali. Hominy. Hell's Ridge. MMO Pug, Elorm. Bye-bye. Impeach Claire, yes. You figured it out. My plan is foiled. Are we going to cook some fake version of Thanksgiving dinner? No, I cook a legit version of Thanksgiving dinner. We're going to have some people probably up, some German cousins or something. And I will cook this stuff for them. All right. Okay. We're out of here. See you, Nicodemus. See everybody. Let me find the off button. Fun stream today. You guys were awesome. I'm out of here.